Greetings and salutations, friends. It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again on this Tuesday, and I um, we talk about this team, right? As Dallas Cowboys are talking about. Most of us here that listen to this channel have been fans, and I know I got a lot of subscribers that are not Cowboy fans, and shout out to you guys too as well. But whether you're a Cowboy fan or not, or just a fan of any team in the NFL, you want your team to win, right? You should never, as a fan, say, "Fuck it, we'll tank." I don't want to see my team win. I don't want to see us go any further. This, that, and the third. Whoop de whoop, blase, blase. Because then, when I hear people say stuff like that, I then look at them and I question their fandom, because I'm like, are you a fair weather fan? Are you one of those fans that just go hop from team to team and really don't have any type of destination when it comes to how you root for a team? Like, say if this team is winning one week, you're like, all right, well, I guess I'll go with the Steelers this week. I'll go with the Ravens. And what kind of fan are you? What kind of motherfucking fan are you? I want to know. I want to know. Now, I know that, like, this team has been through a lot this season. A whole lot. And I mean, you could not look at the beginning of the season and just think that all of this would have happened, right? We know that we've gone through a lot this year, not just with the Dallas Cowboys, but just in life in general. And those of you that, are my channel members, we talked about this on my last private live stream about mental health. And understand that, like, this is a real thing, But I just want to make sure that our fan base is all right, because, again, I know that everybody has their differences. Everybody has their opinions about, our Dallas Cowboys, football in general, as far as the league and the decisions they make. But understand that, like, regardless of me being your favorite YouTuber, right? Okay, maybe not. But anyway, outside of that, understand that, like, we all have personal lives too. We bleed the same way, whether black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, no matter what race you are, we're all the same. Whether you like it or not, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of, like, my subscribers, like, I try to understand my base fan base, like the real E2 Blueians, I should say, the ones that really rock with your boy. Like, I never forget about you guys. And I always want to know how y'all doing. Just as much as, you guys send me wishes in my DMs and things of that nature. And I appreciate the concern that you guys have for me and the things that I go through. But I just want to see everybody doing well, because, like I told you guys before, I've lost a lot of people in life. So, Dak's not the only person that, dealt with somebody close to him that committed suicide. I've had 2 childhood friends that's done it. And, I take life very seriously now. This is why I've been on this whole workout thing. I've been, losing, weight, and, I'm on the verge of getting a new career path right now. Even at 35, I'm still trying to make it happen. And I just want to be happy for myself. And, I didn't come in here to preach to you guys, but I do want to say that, I just had this on my mind. I just wanted to talk about it. And I just feel like, we all can learn a lot from other people. And that's why, like, I'm a big advocate of understanding other people and how they live and how they move and things and what makes them tick. Because you never know that one conversation you had with that person could change their whole aspect on something. Say if they were dealing with something and they were struggling with something and they didn't want to be in this world anymore for whatever reason, who knows? You could have been that person that changed how they felt. You never know. So that's that. Now, back to the football. Chidobe Awuzie, So there's a bit of a good news, a bit of a bad news. So Trayvon Diggs, I don't know if you guys even recall in the game, he was in and out of the game. That's why you guys didn't see much of him towards the latter part of the game. He actually fractured his foot in the game. Not like Dak Prescott, obviously, but, a slight fracture. Now, but it's going to keep him out for a couple of weeks, and they said there might even be for the rest of the season. That is, if we don't go to the playoffs. Now, with that being said, with him now going to IR, Chidobe Awuzie is coming off of IR, so he'll be back after the bye week. So thank God we got a bye week this week, because we got a week to just chill out, think about some other stuff, and just forget about the whole situation. So I just feel like with that going on, we can just sit back and just chill for a minute. Not have to worry about our team this week. We could watch other teams. Hell, I might do another members only live stream. Just to get that crap off of our minds. You know what I mean? Like, cause it's stressful being a Cowboy fan and just sitting here every day trying to figure things out. Now, I did want to say, I do like the direction that the team is going now. It's almost like this team is starting anew. Now, a lot of people asked me before the season started, E2, do you think that we're rebuilding? No, I don't think that this team is necessarily rebuilding. I think that Mike McCarthy is rebuilding, but not the actual team. And I know you're probably like, isn't that the same thing, E2? Yes and no. So in the aspect of a full turnover of players, no, not rebuilding that aspect. But yes, on defense, now you could say that the defense is rebuilding, because I think that after this season, a lot of guys that have contracts that are up, you probably won't see them coming back. You're going to see them draft a whole bunch of new young guys that come in here. They're going to probably go on free agency and get some guys that, maybe Mike McCarthy is familiar with, maybe some other defensive coaches are familiar with on this team, and they're going to go about it like that. And if that's your aspect of rebuilding, then so be it. But I think that that's what you're going to see. Not a rebuild, overhaul. That's the word I'm looking for. Overhaul. You're going to see more of an overhaul on certain parts of this team. I think that things are starting to come together. You look at what John Fossil is doing with the special teams, and you need to see how they're starting to come together and mold a little bit, and they're understanding what the things that he's asking them to do. And I'm with it. And I'm starting to see this defense play stronger. I think that they should re-sign Aldon Smith, bring him back. Definitely Randy Gregory. I see the grit. I see the try hard in these guys. And then you look at even with Trayvon Diggs, even though we probably lost him for the year, you really needed him to get these snaps. But I think that he was a great pick in the second round, because you look at a guy like that, he is gonna be a monster come full circle as he maturates in his NFL career. And I think that's gonna end up being a good pick. So, whatever position that we draft this year, I think that they're going to get some young guys in here. They're going to be moving and shaking. They're going to get some good talent. I don't want to talk too much about the draft right now, because we're still halfway through the season. We haven't even got to Thanksgiving yet. But this bye week should get the players to rest, to rejuvenate, come back with a renewed spirit, to come back to play against the Vikings. Now, me personally as a fan, I think I need that time too, because I like to sit back and think about things, and it gives me new content to just think about and talk about as well. So it helps out in all aspects of life. Now, my biggest question right now is, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with this quarterback situation right now? We know that Dak's done for the season. He is for sure your starter. Now, I keep hearing people talk about, well, E2, what if they draft another quarterback high? I don't see why you would waste a damn draft pick on doing that, knowing that Dak Prescott is your franchise guy. And as much as Jerry and Steven and Will McClay, as much as they talk up Dak Prescott as if they want him forever, then let that be that. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, we're going to draft another quarterback. No, damn that. That is your damn franchise quarterback. That's it. Now, what you do behind him, that's to each his own. You know what I mean? But we could talk about that all day as far as backups. Now, I really like this young Gilbert guy. I like the way that he came in the game. And this is what I want to talk about. I know that Stephen Jones came out and said that Andy Dalton's position when he comes back. Now, why the hell is Stephen Jones saying that on a Monday, right after a loss, on a bye week? He could have just deferred that question and said, you know what, we're going to come back to this after our bye week when we come back and get ready for practice, and we'll see who the starter is going to be. Because now what you did was you put your coach, Mike McCarthy, in a tough fucking situation. Because what if Mike McCarthy was thinking in his head, you know what, I want to keep starting Gilbert. Because when things work good on a team or when you're playing, you want to keep that shit up. You don't want to stop progression and throw something else in there. Okay, we understand that Andy Dalton is supposedly better than Gilbert. We understand that he's been in the league longer. We understand that you pay him more. So you're going to give him the opportunity to get the position back. Okay, if that's what you do, if Andy Dalton goes in there and stinks it up against the Vikings, you're going to put Gilbert right back in there any goddamn way. So it really doesn't matter. Now, but I think going forward, you would have to re-sign Andy Dalton to bring him back next year. I don't think Andy Dalton is trying to be a backup again. I think that his whole thing is he's trying to, was before he got his concussion, trying to audition to be a starter for another team next year. Which is, he's got every right to do that. He's a 10-year veteran, and he's been in this league, and he deserves to get a starting spot somewhere. He deserves that. Now, not here, though. But what I should say, what I will say is I like Gilbert. I think they need to bring him back as a backup. You could have him and Cooper as the backup because, again, you look at both of those guys, they know this offense here. And then you got Dak Prescott right there. So we know that Dak Prescott is pretty much healthy. This is the only time he's ever been out. And it's just a freak incident that he dislocated his ankle like that. Oh, my God. I know that hurt like hell. But bones heal fast. So... hell, Dak could be ready to go if we even make it to playoffs. He might be ready for playoffs. Who knows? But I'm not gonna. That's wishful thinking. we got a long way for that. But I will say this though. Me personally, I would love to see Gilbert to continue to get the opportunities. One reason is because I think this team rallies around Gilbert better than they do Andy Dalton. Because you remember when Andy Dalton got knocked out, when he got concussed. Nobody came to his defense. Absolutely nobody. Amari Cooper was the first person right there when it happened. He just looked like, damn, that shit like it hurt. He didn't even say anything. He was just like, oh, okay. He just walked it off. And I'm like, well, damn. I just don't think this team really backs up Andy Dalton like they would Gilbert. It seemed like when Gilbert came in, and I don't know if it's because of the Pittsburgh game. I don't know if it's because they're like, all right, we're playing an undefeated team. Let's get ready to rumble. But I feel like even when I looked at like in between the plays, and I pay attention to stuff, and I was watching Gilbert in the huddle. And looking how he commanded that offense, and looking how he looked around at his wide receivers and how they were looking and smiling at him and laughing at him, and like they looked like they were having fun. Like how they do with Dak. That's what they looked like. So I felt like they rallied around Gilbert more than they did Dalton. So I'm like, at this point, if you put Andy Dalton and he get hit again, they're going to be like, well, shit, I hope his ass get concussed again. Like, you hate to say that, but I don't think they really bang with Andy Dalton like that. I really don't think they do. I think they're more so like, all right, let's give it to Gilbert. But that's just the way I feel. Let me know what y'all think about this whole quarterback thing. Like I said, we're going to a bye week, so it's not really going to be much to talk about this week, but we'll try to come up with something. We'll try to. I'll probably be live streaming on Thursday because it's my normal day anyway. And then channel members, I'll chat with you guys in the community tab, so we'll talk about our stuff later. But anywho, in the meantime, between time, it's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. Talk to y'all soon.